Today on Living Free From, we're going to make a delicious miso glazed salmon and eggplant dish. It's very FODMAP friendly. It's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, and it's nut-free. So lots of people can eat it, and it can be vegan if you just do the eggplant, or pick another vegetable to glaze with that lovely miso glaze. Even a bit of tofu would work really well.
Lovely.
So the first thing we're going to do is make that miso glaze. So miso is one of my favourite ingredients. It's meaty, full of umami. We're going to go in with 3 tablespoons of our miso paste, and then we've got a couple of other little ingredients just to help sort of build those flavours. So rice wine vinegar for that little bit of acidity. A little bit of soy, so gluten-free soy.
You can also use tamari.
Tamari, absolutely fine. Going to go in with some mirin, just that little bit of sweetness.
Yeah, I love it.
Sesame oil, one of my favourite ingredients, toasted, so it's nice and nutty. It's going to give that little bit of richness, and that's also what's going to help brown everything up, because it's got that little bit of oil which is going to help fry. And then for that other little bit of sweetness, just some maple syrup. Just 1 tablespoon, so not a lot. And all we need to do now is just whisk and break up.
How should I prepare these?
We're going to cross-hatch them, so we're going to cut them lengthways and then little diamonds through them, as deep as you can, so we get lots of that sauce filling down into the eggplants. And I'm just going to try and break this up.
I think eggplant's one of those ingredients that sometimes people find difficult to cook unless you're like, you know, soaking it in a lot of oil and making it kind of unhealthy. But this sounds like it's going to be quite healthy.
I don't salt this beforehand. I just keep it really simple, cover it in the glaze, and let the oven do all the work. Because when you cook eggplant down, it becomes really like sort of rich and meaty and almost creamy, and you get that nice sort of outside skin that holds it all together. Now, this is probably just a little bit thick, so I'm going to just let it down with a dash of water.
That almost looks like a really beautiful salad dressing as well.
It's a real all-rounder sauce that's just packed full of flavour. And that is it done. Eggplants
Easy. How easy is that?
So I'll show you what we're going to do now. Just a lined baking tray to cook our eggplants on, and we're just going to line our eggplants up. And then all I'm going to do is just sort of pour our miso glaze over the top, but you kind of want to just make sure you get a little bit of that sauce down in between each of the little cuts, because that's going to help it go nice and sweet. It's almost going to be gooey. It's sort of
you can always put this in the barbecue as well, could
100%. You can cook it however you like. You can cook this the whole way in a pan too if you wanted. And you'll see when they cook and they start opening up and bubbling away, it's got a beautiful, rich sauce dressing the eggplants.
Brilliant.
So Dan, that can go into the oven.
Okay.
Now we're going to cook that at 180 for about 15 minutes. We'll baste it once along the way, and after 15 minutes we'll come back, we'll put our salmon on the tray as well. Oh yeah.
This is looking very lovely.
How good do those eggplants look? You can see how they sort of open up, and you can see that sauce in the middle just sort of helping go all nice and gooey. What we're going to do now, Dan, is just move our eggplants down. Just shuffle them so we can fit our salmon on as well.
Okay, less dishes, less washing up. That's
Totally.
tick in my book.
This is a midweek dinner. You don't want to be doing too much cleaning. Do you want to quickly just give those eggplants one little glaze? I'm just going to cut the salmon now, nice strips lengthways. So you've got a portion of salmon for
Oh, I like that.
each person. And then, in the time it takes to finish off cooking the eggplant, it's going to take to glaze and cook the salmon as well. So that's why I've cut them into nice thin strips so they cook really quickly, but there's going to be enough time for them to glaze up and get nice and sticky as well.
Beautiful.
So back into the oven at 180 degrees for 10 minutes until the salmon is just cooked through in the middle and the eggplant's nice and sticky. Right, Danny, so our salmon has been cooking for 10 minutes. You can smell it. That miso smells amazing, right?
Looks great, and you can kind of tell that it's cooked because there's some white parts on the outside of the salmon just starting to form.
Slightly changes colour. Everything's done. We're just going to plate this up. I've got some brown rice here, just steamed brown rice. Oh.
Low GI.
Yeah. Steamed brown rice, a little bit of wilted spinach, just a little bit of a green to go nicely with your fish.
Got to get your greens in.
And then we're going to do a piece of salmon.
Lovely.
And the eggplant, I'm just going to have a look at this. That's like delicious sauce.
You need that sauce in there, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm going to quickly slice into 3 bits. Nice little bite-sized pieces that we can pile up next to the salmon so you can just see all that sauce down the fish.
Gorgeous, Michael.
Then, just for some crunch, gluten-free sesame seeds, and then one last little drizzle of our glaze over the fish. That's a super easy, super quick weeknight dinner. You can run into your local Coles, grab all the ingredients, cook it for dinner tonight, and best of all, it's FODMAP friendly, gluten-free, nut-free, and dairy-free.
Delicious, I'm sure as well. Let me have a try.
Now, if you want to know more about those intolerances, make sure you join the Free From and Allergy Facebook group. you leave some of that for me?
This is so delicious. I don't think I am. I love it. Well done, Michael.